Hey everybody, you got the Wingman here. Thanks for joining me today around this virtual campfire. If you are new to the channel, a special welcome to you. I am a former campground owner who tells it like it is. I don't take sides of dealers or consumers. I try to be thoughtful and logical and rational and calls them like I sees them. So every once in a while I will be dripping with sarcasm, as they say. So welcome to today's video. In the next few minutes I'm going to talk to you about TikTok. What? Yeah, TikTok. I don't go on TikTok, but I know there's a lot of talk about it. I'm going to talk with you about traditions. I'm going to talk to you about now is a really good time to buy for some people, and about your decision and whose responsibility your decision is. Let's start out with TikTok. TikTok, I listen to the people on the news and the news channels, and supposedly they're saying that the people are spying on us. If we're on TikTok, that the Chinese government is spying on us. And maybe that's the case. I don't know, but I'm just going to give you my view. TikTok is another example of our cultural rot, our societal rot. While not everything is bad on it, I have seen too many things. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. Well, here's my deal. I don't think TikTok should be outlawed necessarily because of that one. What is that pesky thing? It's the First Amendment. But I do think that maybe we ought to say, you know what, China? As soon as you will allow TikTok to be broadcast to everybody in China, we'll keep doing it here. There's a reason they don't put that poison into the minds of the people over in China. At least my thoughts. So you drop a comment below. Like to know what you think. All right, is now a good time to buy an RV? I can't make that decision. You have to make that decision. And everybody has a different, they're in a different place in their life. It goes back to a story of when I had my hunting ranch. There was a guy, he's if he's alive now, he's probably in his 90s, but he would fly in and he would come first class all the way. I mean, this guy had money. And as I got to know him, every year he would come back down and I'd say, you know, why do you fly first class? I mean, I could afford it, I guess, but why? You get there at the same time. I've always been kind of a cheapskate, tightwad. And I'm asking this guy, why do you fly first class? He says, let me tell you something, Alan. I worked my entire life. I didn't have anything till I was older in life. Yeah? And he says, I pinched pennies too, but I'm not pinching them anymore. Well, why is that? He says, here's my theory. If I don't spend my money, my kids will. I earned it. I deserve first class. And if I want to fly first class, I'm going to fly first class. And that loops me back into buying an RV. Many people who are watching this channel have worked their entire lives. They've never treated themselves to anything. You've lived without. You drive old cars. You've saved every dime you can. And how much time do you have left on the earth? Seriously. How much more time will you have where you're healthy enough to go RVing? You can get up and down the steps and you can move things around. And how long will you have? If you are in the right position to buy an RV, financially, physically, if you know that RVing is something that you would enjoy, you will not get a better price on an RV than right now. I don't think you will. The used market is flooded. The new market, there's tons of new stuff. There's tons of stuff that's a year old that you can get a super deal on. So if you're a buyer, now is a really good time. That's only if you are a real buyer who has, I don't know, looked at the entire big picture, the real cost of RVing, the real cost of RV ownership. To me, there is nothing like it. I love it, but it is not for everyone. Some people are recently, I've been talking about this on YouTube, that they're saying, yeah, but it's cheaper to stay in a hotel than it is to own an RV. That may be the case, but what is the quality of the experience when you're staying in a hotel? I don't know. I think the experience, the quality of being in a nice campground beats any hotel I've ever stayed in, even some of the fancy ones. In terms of traditions, I've been doing a lot of reading. I always do. And one of the ways that our country, all countries, change the thought of people, change people, is by removing traditions. That's not important anymore, or they want to get rid of traditions, because when you get rid of traditions, you get rid of the past. You get rid of your history. Well, aren't some of the fondest memories you have things that were traditions in your family? I think they probably are. Some of the love that I have of camping today can go back to when I was a little bitty boy. I wasn't helping. I was probably in the way more than anything, but it was fun. Smelling like smoke from a campfire and throwing sticks on the fire and trying to help as best I could. Being with my parents. Those were fun things. It was like a tradition. We would go camping. We'd spend time together. We wouldn't always get along, but I look back and the good far outweighs the bad. My concern is when it comes to RVing, a lot of people go, too expensive. We tried that once, not going to be any good. Well, I would encourage you not necessarily to go buy an RV, although I think that you would probably like it. But think about creating some tradition with your child, with your grandkids, something that doesn't include a screen that you're scrolling on. Think about starting some kind of a tradition. Make it important, because when you're gone, wouldn't it be nice that they could look back and they could say, wow, Grandpa took me and taught me how to fish, or how to start a fire, or how to be friendly, I'm not supposed to cut through other people's sites. Traditions, guidance, leadership. I think that traditions are important in our country. I think it's important to look back at our history. What do they say? That, if you don't look back at history, you are doomed to repeat it. I think that politicians, many in our culture, maybe in the media, want us to forget about our traditions, or forget about our values that we were brought up with. I say forget it. Let them try to preach that to somebody else, but hold on tight to your traditions. Hold on to your family. Spend time together. How do you spell love? It's Time. That's how you spell love. I recently talked about kids and Gen Z, and it's easy to bash those kids, but we're the ones that turn those kids into what they are today. A friend of mine used to end his radio show, and I'm going to go ahead and steal one of his lines, that the two greatest things that you can give a child are the security of a strong nest and the wings to fly away. Think about that, the security of a strong nest and the wings to fly away. I think that there are very few kids that are being raised today that truly have the security of a strong nest, and they're given the opportunity to develop those wings, to fail, to get up off the ground, to try. They may have the security of a strong nest, and they may live with mommy and daddy all their lives. Does that make them capable to support themselves and a family in the future? I don't know. But I'm a traditional guy, and I think that we need to give kids those wings. They've got the wings. We need to teach them how to fly and love them while they're here. Encourage them to go out. If all we do is complain and gripe about Gen Z and, the world's going to hell in a handbasket, it may be, but part of it's due because of us. So hold on to your traditions. Cling close to your family. Think about RVing. If RVing's not for you, think about something else that you can do. My wife and I love to go cruising. We didn't go cruising when we were young. We go cruising now. I see a lot of families doing it. But I look at those families and the kids are zooming here, running there, doing all kinds of stuff. And I'm not sure that they've got that closeness that I had with my family when I was camping with them. Let me know what you think. Do you think that you can get the same, closeness, the same kind of bonding with your kids and grandkids on a cruise ship as you can when you're camping and RVing? Let me know. All right, that's going to do it for today. Oh, one more thing. The shirts that I get, many people email me every week, and they say, where do you get your shirts? I get them from the same place that you can get them from. They have one store in the United States, only one. Pardon me. They have one. It's out in California. These are American-made shirts. A link to where I buy them is down below. I pay for them just like you're going to pay for them, but the people are very nice. They're American-made. They're not super expensive. They're not super cheap, but they are beautiful shirts, and I have dozens of them. I hope you'll check them out, and if you use the keyword Wingman24, I think that's what it is, keyword Wingman24 at checkout, you'll get a 10% discount. So that's going to do it for today. Let me know where you're watching this show from. Let me know what you thought of today's video, and please hit the subscribe button and turn those notifications to all. For some reason, YouTube is, I don't know what the word is, shadow banning or suppressing So make sure that you are subscribed and you have got notifications turned to all. You'll find that down right above the description. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Alan Warren. I am the Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.